Hello. I'm trying to remember. I think that was you, Whiskey. Sorry, I stole your spotlight.
That's fine. It's cool. Hi. Welcome to Screen Source Junior, where we watch trailers and then react to them. Today we have a pretty short one. It is the Doctor Who Series 11 trailer.
Teaser.
With Jodie, or teaser, whatever.
Tiny baby.
They're both T's and they end in R's. With Jodie Whittaker as the new Doctor, and I'm very excited about it. Is anybody else? Yeah, I mean, like, Bridget and I are in the same boat. You don't.
I know a little bit about Doctor Who.
I don't really follow Doctor Who, but I'm excited that they have a woman.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, like,
too.
old school to sort of like, Yeah. All right. Well, let's watch it.
It's a big occasion, but he's a big game player. You can see that from the confidence that he has on the ball. He's got a great moment.
The first touch was out of this world.
They've got the makings of a really strong team. They've got great energy,
Oh.
they've got great flair,
Yes.
and that's what people are talking about. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Yes.
What the hell is happening?
Hey, baby. She's a Time Lord.
She's a Time Lord. She travels through time. So she was traveling through time.
She's changing things. That's the thing, is that with Doctor Who, you can only you cannot travel back to a fixed point in time, and you cannot travel back to a place you've already been. So this is watching time sort of being reset, and that whole glowy thing, I'm assuming, is regen.
Yeah, or some things happen. Yeah,
Like, maybe that happens every time there's the Doctor regenerates, and we've just never seen it before.
maybe. Ooh. So I just read a little tidbit today that not only is it an all new Doctor, as it should be, and it's a woman, as it should be. They are not. They're not bringing back any worlds that any previous Doctor has been to. They are not bringing back any previous creatures or monsters that any Doctor has interacted with. It is all new, 100% new content, new worlds, new creatures.
Wow.
Nothing is being brought back, and that is a standard of
You
the
need to close
series.
in on Whiskey's face
That
there.
is a standard of the series, that there's at least one creature pops up that's from back in the 60s or something. Apparently they're saying
K9.
I know. They're saying nothing new. I mean, nothing old. It's all new worlds, all new content. Everything's going to be like,
Right, because the Daleks are all gone now. Mm-hmm. What about, like, Cybermen, though? They still exist.
no, they're not allowed to be on this show anymore. They're not allowed.
I'm excited
They
about
all
that, but I
fucking
also
did.
am like, oh, but, like, I hope all the campiness isn't going to go away.
I don't think it will.
It
I
probably
don't-
won't.
I don't think it will, but
And
they're
Jodie Whittaker's going to kick motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
but they're just trying to kind of start fresh for new fans.
that makes sense.
so you don't feel
You
like
don't feel like you need to watch
like
all
you've
the
had
others. You
to have
don't need to
seen
watch
or at least
Capaldi.
something,
You
yeah.
don't need. Okay.
They're just saying, okay, here's the character, and this is who she is, and this is what she does. Boom.
Being the
That's sort of what they did with Eccleston.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I think they're doing a reboot of Eccleston.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is Eccleston the one where the very first episode he was
He's
in with the
9.
mannequins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
he's the 9th Doctor, and that was the modern reboot.
Yeah.
They hadn't done it. They hadn't really done a true show for a while, and so they were like,
For a while.
let's just throw it out
Let's
there.
throw him
and
in.
Eccleston is.
He did such a great job.
Oh man, so great! Laid the groundwork for everything that Tennant did. Everything that
10
Smith
10
did.
is my favorite.
10 is my Doctor.
10 is my Doctor.
But Chris,
I think
Chris,
he's everyone's
Chris
Doctor.
but he's not.
There's
There's
no, because there are some 11s. My
yeah,
fiance's
a lot
Doctor
of
is
people like Matt
11.
Smith, but Chris Eccleston
think my
doesn't
brother likes
always
Matt
get
Smith.
the props I think he should, and he really laid
He
the
was so
groundwork for the
good.
character work.
He really did.
That Tennant and Smith in particular.
Yeah, in particular, that they.
Is it that nobody cares about 8 and prior, or it's just that it's a different generation?
It's literally a different
It's
generation.
literally a
People.
different
Yeah,
generation.
okay.
Yeah,
Like, my dad told me when this reboot came out, he was really excited to watch it. We all sat down to watch it as a family because when he was a kid and when he was in school, he would come home and watch Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like, this was his thing when he was a child.
And
So, like,
I definitely watched some of the older Doctors when
Yeah.
I was a kid, just random episodes, and they were very cheeky and funny. So when Eccleston's reboot happened with the 9th Doctor, and it was it was modern and it
Yeah.
was darker, but it was still there's still some of the cheekiness and the
Yeah.
funniness and stuff. But everybody was like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" So I think they're kind of going for that tonally. They're saying, "All right, we got a woman. Let's do it. Let's reboot again and let's really start fresh again, so that we
Yeah.
can hopefully bring in people who just enjoy like
Yeah.
sci-fi as a genre."
And I know there were a lot of really great names being bandied around for the new Doctor. I honestly do not think they could have casted this better. They could have cast this better. Jodie Whittaker is a powerhouse. Jodie Whittaker is not super well known here. The other option for required viewing is Broadchurch. I cannot recommend it enough.
You're the, like,
David
the 10th
Tennant.
person. Yeah.
A lot of
And
people have been saying that. It's
Jodie
really good.
Whittaker, she plays Beth Latimer, and she
Which
is
is crazy because they're both
incredible. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now she's the
Doctors.
doctor.
Yeah, which is perfect because David Tennant is also married to a woman who is the daughter of another guy who played the Doctor.
Yeah.
What?
So these things happen
Yeah.
around
Oh,
Doctor
and
Who.
Tennant had wanted to play that since he was a
Since
kid.
and
A
they
kid.
literally was a huge fan of the show as a child, watched it his whole life, and then got the call and was like, "I'm sorry, what?" Yeah, well, yes, I will play the Doctor. He's actually Scottish.
Yeah, he's Scottish. I was
He does
about to
it.
say.
That's why I was doing it at
A
the
rose by any other name.
He said, "Well, I will play the Doctor," but he does it with a transatlantic British accent. Yeah, anywho, this looks great.
It looks amazing.
Now, the previous Doctor to Jodie Whittaker's incarnation is Peter Capaldi's, and I love him very much as a performer, but I actually
I didn't like his Doctor.
haven't watched any of his Doctor.
I've watched-
because I heard from so many of my friends who are
Uh-huh.
fans of Doctor Who, the show, that he was a tonal shift in a way that they
Uh-huh.
were not.
We were not prepared for.
and so I put it off, and I think I'm.
And now I don't want to watch it. I saw
Yeah.
I saw the first maybe half of his first season.
So
maybe
I think
I
I'm gonna-
hated Jenna Coleman so much in that I could not continue
She
watching
was
it.
very contentious even when she popped in earlier. She was
Like,
a very
I
contentious
hate-
character. Anywho, we're gonna go down to who.
That
We're not doing
companion.
Who's the sidekick of the new series?
So
I think it's gonna be the two people that noticed that time was different.
So there's there's actually another trailer that I thought was what we were going to watch, which is a little bit longer, which has some other people in it.
Oh, okay.
And there's a narration from her, and she's like, there's a talking, and she says something like, "Will you be my new best friends?" And it's very cute. And there's some photos, and it's like there's a young guy who's a black guy, and then there's a young woman who is, I think, of Indian descent. So
that's what we just saw.
yeah, so I think that's them.
I hope so.
And then I think I think the older guy is maybe not the whole time, but I think he's going to be a
Yeah.
companion for part of the
Well, I
time.
hope that guy is better than Mickey.
Oh, Mickey. Mickey, although Mickey kind of got.
I mean, yeah, kind
Okay,
of.
We're going down a Who rabbit hole here.
Who's who of Rabbit
We're
Hole?
going down a
And
Who
everybody
hole,
has a
guys.
favorite companion. Everybody has a favorite doctor.
Who's your favorite companion?
What do you think?
Rose.
Yeah.
Who do you think mine is?
Oh God, Donna. Yeah.
They're best friends.
Doctor. So anyway, so
He's got great hair.
I'm excited about this. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I think the little bit I know of Jodie Whittaker's work, I think she's a tremendous choice. I think this is a great progress for the show. Moffat is no longer show running.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Which is good news.
That
in
is
my
good
opinion.
news.
Moffat also
he
he also writes and show runs Sherlock, and in my
Same
opinion,
same thing there.
yeah, and in my opinion, he wrote for the series Doctor Who for a while, but when they gave him show running duties, in my opinion, the show went downhill writing wise. He developed this pattern of I'm gonna paint them into a corner. The Doctor's gonna be painted into a corner situationally, and then Deus Ex Machina, I'll just fix it. Over and over and over again.
It got really boring to
It
watch.
got
I've
boring
always wanted
and
to go back and watch Douglas Adams' stint when he was writing for a little while. I'm a huge fan of his writing, but
Douglas
those are
Adams.
the old,
That's
you know,
old,
very
yeah.
old
Yeah, that's
Doctor
old stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And that's when you really have to sort of like take that with a grain of salt because it is
Hard to watch.
well campy. The it's cheesy.
It's
the
still
effects
very cheesy. Yeah.
the effects are
The
not
effects
great.
are terrible.
Oh, you mean okay?
Yeah,
okay,
like
I get
just-
it.
I mean the
it's-
yeah.
You're like visually because I even in
Yes,
the new ones, I was
visually.
like,
The
even lighting is
the new
cheesy.
ones
It is.
the new ones are still visually cheesy, but by the time you get to Don't Blink, like the visual effects stop being quite as cheesy.
They
like
start-
when they do the last Dalek, like that is less
Yeah.
freaky. That is more freaky than the first time you see the Daleks. The
started-
Cybermen start off as really clunky and start to sort
Yeah.
of streamline a little.
The silence.
Oh, the silence was
so
terrifying.
They started going away in the modern era of the show, they started going away from the cheesiness. They started to sort of think, I think we can keep some of the tone, but we can maybe invest a little bit more money in the effects and the
effects.
costumes of these ridiculous creatures from other worlds. And yeah, it's not always a great show, but there are episodes of Doctor Who that are incredibly written and
and they can mean so much.
There's
like my fiance is an incredibly big fan of Doctor Who, so when I asked him to marry me, I got him a ring that actually has the rift in time. Yeah, and I haven't yet, but I want to get it engraved with Bad Wolf on the inside.
Oh, my heart.
Yep. So when he saw that, he was like, "Oh my god, is that the rift in time?"
I'm actually
Yes.
having actual tears.
I think you need to ask somebody else to marry you.
And she's
We're
sitting right
we're
here.
in a life partnership.
It can be a really
Really
beautifully
beautiful
written
show.
really heartbreaking and lovely and uplifting, and then there are episodes that are just so silly and
Okay,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
so yeah, that's the reason I haven't been talking very much is because I watched a few episodes, and like one of them there was trash can eating people, and I was like, what the
Oh,
hell?
yeah.
I was like, what am I
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
with my
yeah,
time?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
my time is more well deserved than this.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're new to this, you actually, I don't even know if you would want, like, there's lists, you can find a list of like the genuinely the best written episode. Don't Blink is one
But
of
then
them.
Don't Blink
then I
is
lose part of the
fucking amazing.
serialized
Yes.
portion of Doctor Who, and
Yeah.
and that's important.
But
to
it might
me.
be good to, like, if you're looking at that list, pick ones that are near the beginning.
Yeah.
Catch one of the ones that feels like that and see if you're like, all right, is this enough to go on? Because really that's what is happening, is that you get, 2 or 3 or 4 really good episodes and you're willing to go along with everything else that happens,
Yeah.
even
They're
though
not-
it is
they're not all
cheesy
like
and it
Bad
is ridiculous.
Goosebumps.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
No, some of them are.
Yes.
But you're like, that's fine, because sometimes you need a little bit of a cheesy break, because they will get rough.
It gets intense.
They get intense.
Tennant. David Tennant is my favorite, but by the time I got to the end of his
Oh
run,
no. I put it off for 2 years. I couldn't watch it.
And I'm a fairly recent fan, so I only started watching this maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But I like getting to the end of his run,
It wrecked me.
it destroyed me. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't start watching Matt Smith's episodes. I wasn't.
No.
I was like I literally can't.
I got
I'm-
tricked into watching
I'm
the episode that he
feeling
regenerates.
Like I'm feeling genuine emotion as though this is a person I know. And if
Mm-hmm.
that little clip or a GIF of Tennant's regeneration pops up, I can't look at it.
Yeah.
It's
His last words are heartbreaking.
it's honestly, it comes down to, no matter how ridiculous the show looks, the bad quality of some of the effects, but Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, I haven't seen Capaldi, but I know he's a good actor. These are good actors.
But not just that, man. They
They are in it. They invest in the character in a way that I want all of my favorite actors to invest in when they're playing these kind of ridiculous, over-the-top
they're
characters.
incredible. The Doctor is an incredible character.
He's an alien Time Lord. He has 2 hearts. He
He travels
alive
in a TARDIS in a
phone
police box,
in a
like,
police phone box, and he has lived for 1,000 years. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I've
but
been
it's
watching you guys
amazing.
for the last 10 minutes.
yeah.
And I have a proposal for you after this. Anyways, let's wrap this
Anyway, Doctor Who series
Doctor
11.
Who, it's amazing. Let's
Do
go.
up. We'll see you guys next time.